Over the years, we've done tons of chainsaw videos, and on every video, we've gotten comments about WestCoast Saw.
Oh yeah.
WestCoast Saw is aftermarket chainsaw parts for a lot of brands. And we have been skeptical about aftermarket parts.
100%.
So we contacted WestCoast Saw. We talked to a nice lady named Samantha. She reached out to the owners, Lauren and Gordy, and they both said, hook them up.
Come on.
And they shipped us this box of goodies. This box is like $400 worth of upgraded parts for our MS362 here.
Whew.
So I'm sure you've heard of them or considered them, and maybe you have a lot of questions, and we're gonna answer all the questions we have today, such as, how do you put the air filter on? Does the cover go back on? How do you oil it? Does the sprocket cover go on? Can you run dogs with your OEM sprocket cover? Or do you need the WestCoast Saw sprocket cover? Does it make it louder? Does it make it heavier? Does it actually upgrade you? It's $400 worth of stuff, right?
Woo. That's a lot. The cool thing is that WestCoast Saw did not pay us for this. We are not getting paid for this. They did give us the parts, but we have full rights to say we like it or don't like it. You guys know we like Stihl, you know we like the 362, but do we like it more OEM or after the upgrades? And that's maybe the question you're asking at home, and hopefully by the end of this episode, you'll know the answer. Thanks for watching.
Stay tuned. I want to interrupt our video briefly to talk about our website, mainstreetmower.com. It's a new passion project for us. We want to build the best mower website on the market, where it's the easiest place to find your parts, find your products, and to browse things. If you like our channel, the best way to support our channel is to shop at mainstreetmower.com. And if you have a great dealer in your town, we don't want you to shop on our website. We want you to support your local dealer. But if you don't have a great dealer, we want to be your dealer. Check it out. Back to the video. All right, let's get into this box that Gordy and Lauren and Samantha all sent us from WestCoast Saw. WestCoast Saw, by the way, is from Washington State. It's all US made.
That's cool.
From the About Us on their web page, I learned that Gordy moved to Washington State. He bought a big piece of property, had a lot of big trees. He needed a saw. He found a used 066, which is
a Stihl man.
Second from biggest. Had to rebuild it. And he grew up tuning dirt bikes and quads.
Ah, that makes sense.
And looking at that saw, he's like, this is the same thing.
Yeah.
All the performance parts I put on that.
Wow, that
would
makes
upgrade
sense.
saws.
So this is basically kind of dirt bike inspired performance kit.
Started building it for friends and neighbors, and the company is where they are today.
That's cool.
It's a national brand.
That actually helps me understand and like him a little better already. Because I'm not totally against souping up a dirt bike.
Wait, I said national. They have dealers, I think, in New Zealand, so they're like international.
Oh, they're big time.
Yeah.
I'm not totally against souping up something made for racing, but I don't think of chainsaws like racing. But okay, first thing we got here
is a replacement sprocket cover.
should we pull everything out at once? Because there's some things.
Pull it all out. Let's just get right into it.
Filter oil.
So this is, what is this made out of? What would you say?
Aluminium.
Yep, aircraft aluminum. It's milled. It has captured nuts, just like the OEM.
Don't go too far down the road. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
We're gonna get there. This little box,
Yeah.
the chainsaw kit for MS362 and the 400.
So this is gonna really have no effect on the power, any kind of power change.
Right. Well, chip management, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, easy out, easy in,
Yeah.
you know. Cool sticker kit. I think that's neat. I might want to throw one in on my golf cart. We got an air filter replacement, which that one looks so dirt bike. It's not even funny. That's cool. We got the Bark box, which is their muffler upgrade. And we got a new set of dogs, which these things look like they'll grab a hold of something.
And these are their newer shorties. So we could have gotten bigger dogs, but they said the bigger dogs are really for the West Coast big trees with huge bark.
Big fur.
And that these are more so built for East Coast guys.
Okay, that's cool. That's good to know the difference. Shorties, I like the phrase.
So I'm curious if these will go on the steel sprocket cover, or if this is necessary in order to change your dog.
That'll be interesting. And a new chain catch.
That's cool. That's a good catch.
And it looks nice and replaceable. And I guess these are the screws probably for your dogs. And some custom West Coast saw little screwdrivers. Man, that's a good bit of kit.
Now, say you needed to replace this cover on your Stihl. This is the same money as buying this from Stihl, so that'd be an opportunity.
To upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to read to you guys what they say this thing does. We're gonna install this in a minute. Stu just put the rubbers in here. These little pieces are just like your chain guides. They're a wear part. They rub here on this cover. And then this helps divert all of your chips. This is really cool. It's all milled aluminum. You could tell this thing was on like a big CNC, just getting milled out. You can see all the mill marks. It's got the WCS, West Coast saws. We've got captured bar nuts. Feels quality. And it's actually lighter than I expected. It's pretty thin, actually. I was expecting it to be thicker, heavier. I'm imagining this is aluminum. Cool. So you want to see if the dogs go on both?
Yeah. Wait, let's do weight. I'm going to go.
Oh, yeah, we need to do weight. I think this is an interesting upgrade. Whether it's necessary or not, I'm not sure, but I'm going to read you what they say this helps with. It's made of 6061 T6 aircraft aluminum. It's stronger than factory cover, larger for better chip management, extra large polyurethane chip deflector, captive bar nuts, wider for ease of walking chain back without removing cover. That's interesting. Fits all half wrap models, fits full wrap 362 with Stihl part number, with the part number for the wrap. And older 261 may need part number XYZ. Interesting. Okay, so better chip management, larger polyurethane deflector. I guess this keeps the dust out your shoes.
Maybe.
We'll see.
All right, let's see what the saw weighs factory. All right, 16.91. So yeah, we just want to see if adding these parts is going to negatively affect weight. I don't think it will. I think we're going to be like trading weights, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so for one, this saw standard only comes with one dog. A lot of people want their dogs on both sides.
2 dogs.
Double dog, you know?
Yeah. Okay, let's see if these dogs fit on here.
All right, so if you notice, the saw only has one factory set of dogs, but it's really nice to have dogs on both sides of your bar and chain. So just this kit here, as you can see, it fits right on the factory cover. So you could buy as little as this kit here and trade these out
That's nice.
to these dogs.
That's an upgrade to me. That's an actual upgrade.
And even though these are the shorties, these are longer than the factory.
A lot longer.
Yeah,
They're like an inch longer.
maybe a half inch longer.
On the top, but look at the bottom. Middle?
Yeah, okay.
That's significant.
And feel them. They're a really quality item.
They're thick. I want to chuck them against the wall. See if they stick.
Yeah.
These are pretty dang cool. Now, we did just use this. I tried blowing it out a little bit, but I didn't take the cover off, so we might have a little
Mess when we get in here.
little oak surprise.
Smells good. All right, so that's your factory cover. And this is our saw, and it looks like we might have lost our little chip deflector down here.
And the little chain guide, rubber or plastic pieces. They've fallen out. So we were due for an upgrade. It is definitely a lot longer.
Yeah.
It should be interesting. Well, I wonder if it's going to sit flat.
Okay, let's put the
The original one does have captured nuts as well. So it's not like you're upgrading there, but sometimes as you use these saws a lot, these eventually will maybe fall out where the cover wears just for vibration. And once these fall out, it's not very fun to go back to the original. So this is a way to get captured nuts again and maybe some other upgrades. Okay, so I'm putting this on here. Guys, you might see me wearing glasses now. Turns out I needed them this whole time. I've been living my entire life with...
Thinking he was dyslexic.
Apparently I can read.
He's blind.
I just can't see the words. Unfortunately, I think I'm dyslexic and blind. But I can see now, so at least bettering myself slightly. Okay, so before we install this, I'm putting the chain catch on here. And so, Stu, describe a chain catch and what it does, and then I'll explain my thought patient.
So this is the factory chain catch on the 362. And what happens is, in the event your chain derails your bar, what could happen is the chain could swing with a little bit of momentum, and it'd be swinging from your sprocket, and it would come all the way back and wrap and claw up your arm. So with a chain catch, it catches the chain here and folds it over, and then the chain just slaps the bottom of the saw.
Yeah.
But as the chain derails, these get damaged until they're all knurled or missing completely. That gives a better catch because that post is going to stick into this other dog here. So it's not going to slip around this.
Mm-hmm. And it's something that as you use a saw, they get damaged. It destroys your chain when it hits it.
This will destroy your chain. Maybe that will not destroy your chain.
Yeah, if your chain comes off and it hits this thing, all your inner teeth,
all the drive teeth mushroom out.
They get totally dented. So maybe this will preserve them because this is more like a nylon, like a polyurethane. And it's replaceable. It seems like it's mounted for dog. I need my pliers for mine. Okay, I'm just guessing here. This thing has to be captured or else you will lose it. I think this has to be hammered on. There's no instructions. Choosing. Wow. I'm just a brilliant person or less.
There's a little push cap.
Yep, little push cap washer that has some lock teeth on there. And that's it. Sweet. And your normal steel tool is the exact length, apparently. That was amazing.
I'll give you a view of this going on. So that post there is going to go into the hole in that dog there. Voila, fits like a glove.
Wow. Honestly, that seems like a safety feature even.
Yeah, I never really thought about it that much, but it is
A better catch.
Yeah. Well done, West Coast. Okay, so the bark box. This is second piece here. If your saw is Imtronic or fuel injected, no manual adjustment is needed. If your saw is carbureted, you'll want to adjust the fuel settings, which we'll do before we go test it.
This is Imtronic.
Oh, so we good, baby. Should do that. It says horsepower gain. Come on. Includes spark arrestor. Cooler running temperatures. Made out of 304 stainless steel.
How can there be no trade-off?
You know?
Well, it's gonna be louder.
Okay. But cooler and stronger.
Well, it's heavier.
Yeah.
More material. Has a screen built in. Pretty interesting. Just kind of wide open. Looks really well welded. It's beautiful.
Pull back. You know, when I initially looked at this, I wasn't like thinking of that as much of an upgrade, but now that I see it with the dogs on there, it looks sweet in that improved catch. Kind of seeing all sparkly eyed at it.
This one's coming off a little tighter. Yeah, go a little Crow Magnum on it. There we go. Okay, whew. So the original. No hole in it. It's just a little cover. You can see inside here. The exhaust comes out of yonder. So we're essentially adding a whole extra place for exhaust to come out of. So now you have 2 exhaust ports, one here and additional one here. So essentially just doubled your flow, maybe even more because it's bigger than the original spark arrestor.
If getting more performance out of your 362 is really this easy, that's gonna be wild. That's gonna kind of blow my mind.
Okay, so the next upgrade is the filtration system. This came stapled on here. And it came with foam or oil foam. What am I saying?
I would like to bet that maybe only 10% of the US population has any idea that an air filter
Dude, that is an extremely generous number.
could possibly involve oil, right?
I bet it's less than 1%.
I mean, all Hondas used to oil their filters, you know, all Honda generators.
Most people don't know where an air filter is.
This is like totally from the dirt bike world, right?
100%.
You're running in dirt, you need good filtration.
Yeah.
You put oil in your filter, it becomes stickier,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna collect more dirt.
It helps capture.
It's like
Better,
your nose. Your nose
sticky.
is covered in mucus, and that
Ooh,
collects the dust.
that's a
you know.
better analogy. So the original.
But does it breathe better breathing through sticky oil? And how do you apply it? What's the right amount? I mean, this seems like a lot of oil.
That's a ton of
I
oil.
think a dab would do you. Like
Whole-
it could include a little like Visine bottle almost.
Yeah.
Is my vision
A
of
whole quart.
oil, right?
I can't even fathom needing that much.
All right, so this one's a little dirty, but we're gonna breathe out of it.
Do you see
Try it.
do you see any dirt inside of it? So that's always like the test. Like the outside doesn't matter as much. But I don't see any dirt in here. You see any dirt?
I mean, there's a little bit of dust.
How did you get your mouth in there?
You gotta really,
My beak is better.
you gotta pucker up.
I can't make a good seal. I'm just gonna take your word for it.
I can feel some obstruction a
Okay.
bit.
So in this comes a new filter. A little screw? No, rubber piece? Wow, this is interesting. It's entirely foam. Foam inside?
I was expecting it to be
Hollow?
gilled like K&N with a foam cover over it. All right, let me try. Okay, I can breathe through that without like feeling any resistance at all.
Okay, hold on. We got
So-
some tips here.
It has a hose clamp. I mean, that makes me feel like I can tighten it down and be sure that nothing is coming around the sides of this filter, right?
Yes. But there's some stuff to this.
Okay.
It's actually probably the most lengthy install of all. Okay, so we had to do a little research here. One, I think these caps, I think something's changed. This serial range doesn't have this problem. You don't need these.
Okay.
So with this one, let me turn it around here. You can flip it around. To take off, ooh, it's really the first time I've seen it. Looks good. Looks like Cybertruck. Okay, so to take this off, some of them you have to remove your carburetor out a little bit, go from behind, take some screws out, and then you're filling these screw holes with these little plugs. With this is what you're trying to remove. With this one, they don't have those holes, and you just give it a good little yank, and you snap it off. Just kidding. It comes off. There's some tabs that let go as you put a little force on it. And there's no additional holes to be plugged. And so now this, if you look
So
inside
the
here,
12 points of instruction were all for dealing with that. This is just as simple as
simple as that.
pop this off, pop that off.
Yep.
There's a hole in there that accommodates this post.
Put it in a way so I can access that tightening screw. Yeah. But before we mount it, we have to oil it. Guys, you don't have to oil a lot of filters these days. A lot of them come pre-oiled. But I just watched their video on how they want you to oil these filters. It's more of like a motocross thing that you see is more often. It's pretty crazy. So we're gonna oil this filter. This is per their instructions.
That wasn't just a random guy on YouTube.
That is literally WestCoast Saw. You get a little container and you pour oil in it. Seems like a good way to make a mess. But This oil has just
If
special.
you love your chainsaw, this is what you do, is take care of her.
Then you take 2 shots. So before we install it, I guess it doesn't come out of here.
No, it doesn't.
It's glued in, so
Yeah.
we don't want to mess that
Don't
up.
fight that.
And then he just kind of straight gets it down in there, like you're packing a bearing almost. And when you're done, you want to squeeze out all the
Like
excess.
scrunch it, like push it all the way down and let it soak up.
Seems wrong, but it is right. Okay, I want you to test the flow. Make sure it's still bangering. Okay, so we got a little extra. I'm just squirting it out here. Okay, I'm gonna wipe my hands up a little bit. We're getting there. We're not quite there. We're getting there. Honestly, I could see.
How long do you think until that's clogged?
That's a fantastic question. I don't know. Maybe someone out there, you know, obviously we have fans who use these.
Yeah.
How often are you cleaning your filter? Because they're showing that you can buy like a aerosol can of filter cleaner, kind
Yeah,
of like,
the same brand, the Bel-Ray filter cleaner.
and they sprayed it off in the video. They washed it, and then they cleaned it, and it looked like clean. And
You could have probably also used like a Dawn, right?
yeah, I imagine you
And
could.
wash it in your kitchen sink even.
Maybe if your wife will let you.
Let it sit out and dry, and then start the oil process over. So you could use it repeatedly.
And you don't want it like you want it fully penetrated, but you don't want it dripping.
You want to kind of be able to squeeze every bit of loose oil out of it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, the question I was going to ask people who own this saw, how often are you doing this? You know, can it last for days like that, weeks like that? I don't know.
And also, is this just for motor health, or is there some kind of power upgrade element to this too?
Yeah. Does it actually breathe even better? Or is it just better at keeping dirt out?
Yeah.
Which keeping dirt out is really
Oh
important.
yeah, I can feel
He's doing it.
some resistance there. Added resistance.
Okay. I'm putting this on. It's a nice fit. Like, they've done a good job. Like, I feel better protected than that twist piece.
Mm-hmm.
Than the OEM there.
Mm-hmm. And just seeing it on the website, pictures are great, everything's great, but seeing it in person is different. You know, you can feel the build quality.
Yeah. That ain't going
Of all
anywhere.
the parts that we've dealt with so far.
Yeah, I'm
they're
impressed.
all really nice.
I'm impressed. Ooh, looks good. Cool. Well,
All right, before we go outside, let's weigh it real quick.
yeah. And guys, keep in mind, we're only testing this on one log with a couple cuts. So if you have used this saw, if you use this saw often, with this setup, you are the ambassador for it. You're gonna be the most knowledgeable about it. Obviously, we're just cutting with it a couple times. We're checking some basic stuff here. I can tell just by the way it's built that there are some definite advantages, but you'll know better than we will. What are we at?
18.11.
Huh? Not? I mean, I thought I was gonna add more. We put a lot on there.
Yeah, not very much. All right, let's go cut.
Okay, so this saw is Imtronic. It's really easy to reset the throttle and to do a quick like Imtronic tune. And I'm gonna walk you through the process really fast. Basically, you squeeze both triggers, you put it down into that triangle position. It's also like the choke position. You're gonna let it idle there for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, you're gonna squeeze your trigger wide open throttle and hold it for 30 seconds, wide open throttle. And at that point, you're gonna hear the saw rev up. And when it changes pitches, you know it is reset, and you can let go of the throttle and turn it off, and it is reset. It is that simple. If your saw is ever acting up, that's all you gotta do to reset that. So let's do it together and see how it does. I'm gonna have the brake on to start, and I'll take it off once I go wide open throttle.
Decompression.
Sound good?
ripping.
Dang, dog. You heard it. It did it actually pretty fast.
Yeah.
Within the first 10 seconds, but it didn't hurt it to let it really rip there.
Yeah.
That thing was pinging off my dome. I could feel it in my bones. Oh man, I'm excited. It feels peppy. Let's just hear it one more time. We'll do a couple little throttles. I want to cut some stuff.
Let's go. Bro, what'd you think?
Man, so many interesting thoughts, honestly. A couple things. Did I feel manlier? Did I feel like it was cool? Yes.
100%.
100%.
It looks way cool.
It looks cool. It sounds
And I don't know if
cool.
it comes through on camera, but in person, it looks awesome.
But it comes at a cost.
Yep.
One, it's expensive.
Yep.
The performance, to me, was negligible.
Yep.
And it is loud, a lot louder. Like the other one I could manage with no hearing protection.
Yeah.
This one, it was pinging off. Like I could feel like the first one was like hurt my outer ears. This one hurt my inner ears, just tapping on my little brainy in there.
Yeah. I felt that too.
I felt like it was inside my head. And you know, really when you're using a chainsaw, you should be wearing hearing protection.
Yeah.
Like, so it should not matter because I should be wearing earmuffs.
Yeah.
But when you're at your house and you grab a saw for a quick thumping, you probably, maybe not. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but you might not be, or maybe you lose them or whatever. Even still, even with hearing protection, I bet it's louder.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good summary. We did go to the times, and without the bark box, we pulled 16 seconds and high 14 seconds on another cut.
Yeah.
And then with the bark box, we pulled low 14. So technically, we got a little bit of a performance upgrade out of the bark box.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like the air filter situation is cleaner, and if you were keeping up with it properly and cleaning it and re-oiling it, that your saw would last longer with that air filter than with the OEM.
I appreciated the dogs and the chain catch.
The dogs and the chain catch, you're gonna be safer, you're gonna bite wood better, you got more room back here. It was throwing chips out. There's gonna be certain woods that are gonna clog. It's gonna be easier to get in there and clean that out.
Yeah. In our defense, this wood is really hard. It's dry and very dense oak. Like I imagine that is some crazy hard stuff. So, you know, forgive us for our poor chainsaw skills. But as far as having an actual feel of it, I feel like we got a good understanding of what it actually is adding. It's not mind-blowingly more powerful. It's not like, oh my gosh, I just put a turbo on my car. No, it's like you put black ice in your truck. No, it's more like you change the air filter in your car, right?
Yeah.
And you might could hear it a little better. You might hear that intake a little bit, and that's exciting.
Or your car on like a 40-degree day, how you can feel it running a little faster.
A little faster.
Yeah.
But it's not like,
It's not like I need the MS500. I'm gonna buy the 362 and do the upgrades, and I'll have a 500i.
no, buy the 500i and do this to it, maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool way. If you break your cover, this is maybe a cool upgrade.
Yep.
If your air filter is, you're not happy with the filtration, that's not a bad upgrade. I love the dogs. The dogs, I would put that on every saw.
Yeah.
Even if I just kept my original cover. Anyway, those are my thoughts.
And if you wear earmuffs all the time, then hell, throw a bark box on there and get a little bit of zoom.
Get the fizz.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Neighbors all say, what? Who the heck? Maybe it's good advertising, you know? Like, Charlie's getting tree work done. I can hear it over there. I mean, it was like 10 decibels louder.
Yeah.
Close here and 10 decibels when I was over there.
Yeah.
So.
And that's like twice as loud.
That's a lot louder. Yeah. And you could feel it. Guys, I think it's cool. If you're a West Coast saw fan, leave a comment. Show them some love. This is not meant to be a hate video in any way. This is a love video. We're just trying to get the facts, honestly. And we've heard a lot about them. It was really cool to get to see them in person and use them. I'm a bigger fan than I was before.
And this is me and Chip's saw. We share this saw. We're gonna keep these parts on here, and we're gonna use them, and we're gonna tell you what we think over time too.
I'm really excited. Thank you so much, West Coast Saw, for the package, and I hope this helped you guys answer some questions. Thanks for watching.
See ya.